Movies, TV, sports, flicks. Movies, TV, sports, flicks. Movies, TV, sports, flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Movies, TV, sports, flicks. Movies, TV, sports, flicks. Movies, TV, sports, flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. I welcome the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks. Anything you see on a two-board screen, I like to get here and give my unique perspective. Because after 46 years of being on planet Earth, I've developed a unique perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks. Let's guarantee about it. Because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to Ecuador. Got some plays over in Ecuador this past week. Gracias, gratitude, todo reba in Ecuador. I heard about your cholas de guano. Yeah, that pastry, that bread, a little bit of brown sugar inside it. Ooh, I saw some videos on the YouTube. Looks good. So next time I'm up in Ecuador, you know I gotta get me some of that cholas de guano. Yeah, it looks very good. So appreciate you listening. Gracias, gratitude. And just FYI, back a day when school to be a radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job being a radio DJ because I didn't have the focus that allowed me to become the greatest podcaster in the Matrix. It's up to debate. Might be true, might not be true, but I said it on the internet, so it's gotta be true, right? Because everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix, Transformers more than meets the eye, G.I. Joe, Jurassic Park, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. But when you're online, just beware, just watch out. Anyways, I can ramble here all day, but it won't. Let's get right to the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, do you do fitness? Do you like to be fit? Do you like to exercise? Do you like to stretch your body and move? Maybe you do. Maybe you're like the Captain. I do a lot of exercises, I told you guys. And I do boxing, bag work, lift weights, do steel clubs. But one of the other things I like to do is yoga. I yoga, bro. I like to do yoga. Do you do yoga? Do you even yoga, bro? So if you do yoga, we got a yoga mat for you over the Existing Fiction Zazzle store. This yoga mat is black, and on the yoga mat it says evolve. Because when you're on the mat doing yoga, you're evolving to the next level. You're taking your spirit and your body and you're evolving it to the next level. So if you're about evolving in the yoga space, doing yoga, we got a mat for you over the Existing Fiction Zazzle store. Check it out. I'll put the link below. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back once again. And let me tell you guys something. I am extremely hot. I am sweaty, stinky, and hot right now in the studio space. I'm sticky. Sticky boy. I'm so sticky, so sweaty, and I love it. I'm embracing the heat right now. Feeling the sweat, feeling the heat, feeling the funk. Like I'm getting funky, baby. Woo! But anyways, right now it's time for podcasting. Hot, sweaty, stinky, who cares? We podcast. It's what we do. It's how we roll with my ninja way. So let me get right into the podcast. Over the last few months, I've been watching YouTube. Well, I've been watching YouTube for years. But over the last few months, I've been watching certain types of videos on YouTube. And these certain types of videos is about leveling me up financially, leveling up my wealth. You know what I mean? Because I want to get paid in full. So there's a lot of guys on YouTube who have knowledge of finance and gaining and building wealth, right? So you know me, I'm always trying to learn new stuff. I was like, I'll watch these videos. I'll watch these videos about gaining wealth, gaining abundance, increasing my finances. Why not? So I did that. And real quick, before I get into the podcast, just let you know this podcast is not financial advice. I know nothing about finances. I'm just telling you I watch these videos on YouTube. So don't take my advice. Anything I say is advice, is financial advice, because it is not. I just got to put that out there, just let you know. Now, anyways, back to the podcast. So I've been watching these videos of these people who are smarter than me about money and learning and gaining knowledge and wisdom. Like, how do you increase your money flow? How do you increase your assets, bro? There's a lot of guys on the web that are very smart sharing this information. Now, if you're like me, when I was coming up as a young man, the people around me, and this is no disrespect, but the people around me, my peers, the people in my space, the people I would talk to, communicate with, nobody talked about this kind of thing. I didn't know one human being that talked to me about this, whether they're my age, older, younger, whatever. Nobody I could think of back in the day was talking this kind of talk to me, right? And because they weren't talking this kind of talk to me, I never gained that knowledge. Not really. It took a while to gain that knowledge. With the invention of the internet, with the invention of YouTube, all of a sudden, access to people with this kind of information has increased. So maybe your circle, maybe your neighborhood, maybe your job, maybe your friends, family didn't talk this way. But guess what? A couple of clicks on the keyboard, little button pushings, little keys, whatever, search words, keywords, and all of a sudden you have access to these wealth geniuses, financial geniuses. Pick their brain, dissect their mind, find out how they think, how they live, how they move, what they do. Live like a millionaire. Think like a millionaire. Think like a financial genius. Right? It all starts with a thought. You have to think it first before you can be it. So a lot of people say, it starts with a thought process. You have to think that way. You have to think differently. And to be completely honest with you, people I was surrounded back in the day did not think and talk like this, right? It's interesting to see these different perspectives on YouTube and internet thinking differently about finance. Now, real quick, this applies to everything, right? I've talked about this many times in the podcast. That when I was a younger man, I only had access to a certain pool of people in my area. That was mostly who I had access to. Limited newspapers, limited TV channels, limited access. I wasn't really into reading, so I couldn't reach out to books. And limited access of a limited circle with limited knowledge. And because of that, my mind was a little more limited. But in the age of the internet, we can expand our mind. We're only limited by our minds. If we think about it, we can grow and learn in all different types of disciplines. Finance is one of them, but everything you want to learn or know about, it's out there. There's an expert out there. There's a person who has skills that will be glad to tell you all about these things. All you got to do is seek it out. And over the last few months, I've been looking at finances, among other things. I've been researching tons of different things about different stuff. I don't even watch that much scripted TV show as much as I used to. I mostly like watching stuff to like learn stuff all the time. Learning so much about so many different things. I love YouTube because of that. So awesome. My brain is definitely more enhanced than it would be if I wasn't doing that. It's way more enhanced than the younger version because I didn't have access to this. Now you guys coming up in this age, you are so blessed to have so much knowledge and information at your fingertips. All there for the intake, for the input, for the gathering. Be Neo in the Matrix. I just talked about the last episode was program your mind, right? It's all there, bro. Program it. Want to know about finance? Go to YouTube, go to the net, gain knowledge, gain information, level up your brain, level up your life. Let's get it. Hot and sweaty butt, who cares? Tired, worn out, what? So you don't party as much, right? So you ain't drinking as much. So you ain't out socializing as much. I'm not saying don't socialize, do that, but maybe take some time to level up your mind, level up your body, level up your spirit, level up your life, level it up. It's gonna take work. You gotta learn, grow, execute. It takes work. Let's get it. Yeah, this is what we do here. This podcast is about expanding the mind, expanding our life. Yeah, I talk about movies. I talk about TV shows. I talk about sports, but it's all about learning from these things to level up our life. Let's be better than when we started. We started the game a certain place, certain space. And as we traverse the timeline, let's do better. Let's improve. Let's be better than the past versions. And I was looking at some old pictures of myself yesterday from back in the day, looking at like, man, look at that guy. I don't remember what that guy thought, what his mind was like. The whole goal, though, is that version I saw to where I'm at now is to be improved in all the different aspects of life. And if you can look back at old pictures and look at yourself now, say, yeah, I've leveled up, then you were winning that life, at least in my opinion. If you've leveled up past your older self, in my book, you're winning. And that is what this podcast is about. It's about just leveling up through the vehicle of movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and anything else you can see on the tube. This is what we do here. So let's go on this ride, baby. Let's learn about finance. Let's learn about all types. Let's learn about space. Let's learn about math. Let's learn about whatever. Go to YouTube. Go to the internet. Level up your mind. Let's learn. Let's grow. Let's gain. Let's get paid in full. Let's do this. Because there's a lot of junk on the tube that cloud your mind. Lead you in different paths that might not level you up. But you gotta navigate the maze so you can become amazing. Right? Yeah, let's get it. Let's do it. Yeah, for sure. Or maybe not. Maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to party like it's 1999. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was having some conversations today, talking to some people, and they said they just want to enjoy life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy life if that's your thing. But if you want to level up, you want to boldly go where you've never gone before, join me on this epic ride. Join me on exploring the infinite possibilities of existence. Because this is what we're doing here. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's gain wealth. Let's gain abundance. Let's gain knowledge. Let's level up, bro. Let's do this. So that's all I want to talk about this week. In next episode, I will talk about a TV show or sports. The time crunch was tight this week, so couldn't have enough time to throw this together. Just says, let's go here. It's what I've been doing anyways. So anyways, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Gracias, gratitude. And until next time, we'll see you. As simple as it sounds, we all must try to be the best person we can by making the best choices, by making the most of the talents we've been given. Mary Lou Retton. Until next time, it's Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.